Hi everybody. I am Ankit Vaid, Senior Sales Consultant and Startup Growth Hacker at LawSikho. Hi Sumit, welcome to today's webinar.
Thank you so much, Ankit. You'll be really kind that invited me here, and thank you to LawSikho for organizing such lovely and fruitful seminars in this kind of a situation of lockdown. So yeah, coming to this, the topic was chosen because I am a chartered accountant and I am a lawyer, and so I find that there is a lot of culmination, and the way it is integrated, which I'll tell at length in the said webinar, that how the two laws are, the two professions are also integrated. That is why I chose this trending kind of an area.
For example, you want to do NCLT litigation. If you know how a company is incorporated, what is MOA, what is Articles of Association, if you know the board minutes, then you get a good grasp over NCLT matters. Similarly, tax compliance, filing of returns, if it is done or a senior gives you, it is a very good kind of a thing. It should be taken in the right stride. They need to have a little patience, because once they develop that, they have to understand the nuances of taxation practice. They need to know what is salaries, what is capital gains, what are PGBP, how is a charitable trust functioning, how are the different returns for a charitable trust or a company or a salary, what is SAJ return, what is Sugam return. And then tomorrow, that is how, because the case moves from the assessing officer level, which is the income tax officer, and then it elevates toward the Commissioner of Income Tax Appeals, which are the fact-finding authorities, wherein the CS go. And then it goes to the ITAT, and from there to the High Court and the Supreme Court. So let me start with the first area, which is contract drafting. I'm aware that there are law students and must be aware as to what is contract drafting. Now, from the commerce point of view, you understand the business model. For example, there is a manufacturing agreement, Ankit. Now, here you must be knowing what is a raw material, what is a work in progress, how is my stock calculated, what is the finished goods. There is a payment clause, whether the payment is periodical, how is it? Is it on regular intervals? The payment is one time. What is the modes of that payment? How are the taxes levied? Whether GST is levied, on what amount is it levied? This is the consideration clause, right? How is the TDS calculated? TDS calculated before or afterwards? What are the liquidated damages? How will the liquidated damages be paid? Now let's come on the law side of contract drafting. Understanding of the Indian Contract Act 1872 is very pertinent. Without this, how will you draft a contract? You must know what is Indian Evidence Act, what is the arbitration law. You must have very good drafting skills. You must know what is the meaning of damages. Let us talk about the white collar. White collar, we have the Benami law, we have PMLA, we have black money. In these laws, if you have a good base with taxation, then only you can very well function in the Black Money Act. What is prevention of money laundering? Money laundering is something when you earn something from an illegal activity and that money is then routed into something which is shown as legal. For example, I deal into some Hawala transaction or it is an illegal activity going on. And tomorrow that money is invested in a plot or in a residential house. I earn rent out of it. It seems as if it is a legal kind of a thing. Now, as you can see here, knowledge of income tax, knowledge of legalities, knowledge of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, all is culminated into one. Just a couple of days ago, I received a query from Surat, and the client asked me about the leave encashment thing. I told him from the taxation perspective, how is the least of the following is exempt. In leave, the leaves which are accumulated and which are not utilized, you get encashment of those leaves. But what are the provisions of leave encashment? This is defined under the Factories Act 1948 and the Shop and Establishment Act, which differs from state to state. In that matter, it was for Gujarat. Competition law is abuse of the dominant position, predatory pricing, adversarial effect. MRTP Act was there earlier. This law was made in order to ensure fair competition, smooth running, healthy competition in the market. Economics knowledge becomes very crucial here. Concept of demand supply. who knows what is the dominant share in the market, how is the market operating. So this is how it is. Even drafting of different kind of agreements. You have a shareholders agreement, you have a business takeover agreement, debenture trust deed. Tell you about the startups. So I get things regarding startups. There is a pitch deck. Now pitch deck is basically, what is pitch deck? It's basically a business idea of a young entrepreneur, and he wants to start up some new innovation, something, and there is legal due diligence which needs to be done. There is their term sheet, there is a shareholders agreement, there is sale purchase agreements, all those things. That is the legal part. And then you have the financial due diligence, you have the financial projections. Somebody who is with the commerce background can understand what are the financial projections, what is the market share, how are the ratios calculated, what is the cash flow, what is the fund flow, how is my pitch deck, is it financially sound, how will it feature towards tomorrow with the investors. From the law side, you have to sanitize it for any kind of errors.
So much, guys, for participating in this webinar. Thank you once again. Have a nice day. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stay safe. Have a good time during COVID. Yeah.